My name is Misha Welcher and you are on my YouTube channel. You see this guitar? It's Fernandez. The same Fernandez I've been taking pictures of in shorts, in commercials, on YouTube. I often record on it and so on. And today I'm going to tell you how and why I chose this particular guitar, why it's cooler than Fender, and why 80s is the coolest thing on the planet. Let me play it for a while first. Yeah, it's so weird talking to yourself. I'm honestly not so satisfied with what guitars were being made at the time, that it was Japan that made the best guitars. Sounds like a masterpiece to me. It's an 80s masterpiece. And today we're going to talk about the 80s, about what an epic time it was, about how very cool guitars were converted by different tops and companies into what is now appreciated, very much diminished, among guitar nerds. We got that half-baked. In the 60s, when rock and roll was just emerging, there were guitars that could do everything without a difference. And in the 80s, it went absolute. Those same EVH guitars, the wonderful Eddie Van Halen, those coolest, to me, Kramer or Hammer guitars, as they are called in Russia, I don't know anymore. Guitars were exactly the coolest in the 80s for me, and so I always wanted to pick up that particular form factor. A lot of money I wanted to pay, but at the same time, I upgraded it fiercely. So it's a limited edition E60, E35, and various other similar models lumped in with Jackson Soloist. Who knows the 88 Jackson Soloist, knows the 88 Jackson Soloist. There are sensors installed here. Joe Satriani's signature gauge, it's also called Pratt. David Gilmour's noiseless single, honed to a Fender, is also a DiMarzio. Well, customized for Fender. I mean the same noiseless system, silent, you can hear that in the recording very strongly. I DiMarzio Relsa. Just powerful, just good. Nothing in particular was changed further, as far as bridge and so on were concerned. And the fins were installed with stainless steel. The stakes are mounted autolock. I mean them. I just like them better, they hold the line better. Gypsy bronze threshold, of course. There is no way without gypsyism. A little bit about the specs. Lock hull. Palisander lining. The fingerboard is maple. I glued it in. Why did I glue it in? I don't know why. That's what I wanted to do when I was a kid. Probably keeps it in line better. It's not going anywhere. The fingerboard is relative to the theca and the heel somehow holds itself better. Is it worth doing? I don't know. I have no idea. I honestly wouldn't, because at an airport somewhere you won't be able to take it apart and put it in your suitcase. The tone here is completely off. I don't use it. Well, I don't really play jazz. Basically, there is no difference, someone uses it, someone doesn't. I don't use it, I'm mostly in perch stuff and such. I've got the springs here gilded, all screwed in. I completely changed the electronics to something American. I think it's DiMarzio or some Japanese potentiometers. Honestly, I don't even remember. I've tried a lot of different guitars and I'll tell you this is the best guitar. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it seemed like the first one I'd seen after all the different Chinese low-quality guitars. Maybe because there's some affection for the Japanese and I just love Japanese, like the whole movement of Japanese guitars of those times. Maybe I like some Japanese vintage guitars, it's very weird, but overall it's probably that moment when you picked fully assembled, fully pumped, and that's the end of it. How do you like this format? Put your likes. Subscribe to my channel. Bye.